Welcome to BattleBuddieRadio, home of the Guardian Circle, and gamers just like you out there in the world. We're coming to you from all over the North American continent. We're talking to each other about games, we're talking shit to each other, and hopefully we're talking to you. Join us as we go into the latest game news and our take on whatever it is that we decided to play this week. What's going on, everybody? We've got me, Disney World, joining you today. We've got KC, we've got Nobi, we got Raven, and we got Touchin' Money. What's going on, guys?
It's all good.
Not much, man.
Same old. Got those wonderful fires in Oregon.
Oh, wonderful fires in Oregon. Yeah, that's always a good thing.
Doesn't sound wonderful. What the hell?
Is that a segue to Firewatch, the new game that's on PlayStation? Is that even out yet?
Oh, that could be.
It's like the Titan is getting his ability here, and I don't know about you guys, but he's making a mess.
The Sunbreaker.
His hammer everywhere. There's like 46 wildfires.
The Sunbreaker's broken loose in Oregon.
The amount of Sunbreakers that popped out of the game during trials is too damn high.
God.
Literally caught the West Coast on fire. That's amazing.
But don't you get a whole bunch of rain? How the fuck is there wildfires?
No, dude, it's summertime. Between July and August, it does not rain here, maybe about once or twice, and only for like, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Well, that's the weather segment of the show.
Yeah. Moving on. Segue. Bottles up. Bottles up.
Bottles up.
Yeah. What?
You're not able to see it, but I'm holding my glass up.
Alright.
That's not a bottle. You fail. Kick them off.
What's everybody drinking? I'm actually drinking light tonight. Michelob Ultra Amber.
I'm drinking some Fireball whiskey.
Ooh.
Touchin' Money brought to you by the best green drink in the world.
Smooth.
This episode brought to you by
Dude.
Coca-Cola.
This
Oh.
episode brought to you by Angry Orchard.
Angry Orchard got some cider going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too sweet for me. I tried drinking this stuff.
To me, I'm one of those few guys. When I get drunk, I got the biggest sweet tooth.
Really?
I'm the guy at the bar who will order a sundae.
That's cool. All right, cool deal. Hey, the biggest thing that's brought us together, as any new listener might not know, is we're called the Guardian Circle. We come out of a Destiny clan. We obviously play other games together as well, as much as we can. We'll talk about other games here in a little bit, but Destiny has come out with a lot of big news. Anybody want to throw out the first bit of news that they thought was the biggest to them on what we've heard lately?
Yes, that we blame Novi for them not letting Gallahorn go through to the second year.
Now, hold on now. It's not that it's not going through to the second year, although we do blame Novi because he just got it and he ruined it for everybody else. And, side note, Zur finally sold it, and I didn't get it because I wasn't in town that weekend. Amazing.
Ooh.
But it is going to the second year. It's just not getting an update like some of the exotics. Because I said that some of the exotics are going to get they're going to be modified. So you're going to actually be able to, like Suros. Suros is going to have the old Suros, or you can change it to the new Suros, and the new Suros is supposed to have some changes. Something new. It's a new perk tree, or I don't know exactly what it is, but they changed the color scheme to black and red, and it's got a new updated perk setup. And they did say that the Gallahorn is not one of those weapons that's going to do that.
Yeah.
But does that matter?
I mean,
Does the Gallahorn need it?
I think it's about time to get rid of the Gallahorn. Move on. Everyone's been using it. It's time for some new weapons. I mean, the new Suros look like trash compared to the old one, but I mean...
Yeah, but the new Suros has this perk, I forget what it's called, but it's essentially the longer you fire, the faster it fires.
Even with
Which
it's still focus fires?
So
It's
pretty
either
much
or. It's like the switch-on ones that a lot of the guns from Crotazen had.
So it's like a mini Thunderbolt.
Essentially, yeah.
Hmm.
So you can see that one will be definitely what people will pick up in PvP because
Yeah. But its range is down, its stability is down. It's like almost everything's down about it.
yeah. But I mean, I'm of two minds of this. One, I want it to be a full wipe. Year one stays year one, and let's bring out a whole bunch of new stuff for you to collect.
Novi, don't you dare touch my bad juju, okay?
But you're just not
The
getting.
Stranger's
Nobody's
Rifle.
complaining that that's overpowered yet, so nobody's touching
Yeah, but I do like that the ones that they're bringing up, for the most part, looks to be the weaker exotics, like Truth. Um,
Or
kind of
Fletcher.
pains me to saying Thunderlord is considered a weak exotic, but it's being brought up. But unfortunately, they're also bringing in some meta ones like Last Word, Red Death. Those are also being brought up.
Yeah. Well, I don't necessarily think that we need to leave behind the first year exotics, but I do think they should make the coming exotics just as fun or even better to use. So the Galahorn's still awesome, that's great, but look at all these other items that are just as good, or just as fun, or just as easy to use. I think Galahorn was had too much DPS, and that's a problem
It's too
overall.
much of a crutch weapon.
And that's what made it a crutch weapon is high DPS. It's basically like shooting 2 rockets at one time, giving your whole loadout double the rocket power. But they should make some weapons that are just as I don't want to say overpowered, but just as exotic, and give us something to do. You know, like was it Dragon's Breath? Nobody wanted to use that. It doesn't do anything. It does no tracking. It's super slow. Even if you can get the sun flare to be on the guy, it's super rare. It's almost useless because of how little it actually works like it's supposed to. They would just fix things to work like they're supposed to. I think Dragon's Breath is an example of a terrible weapon that would be great if it just worked like it should.
Yeah, to your point, don't take away the exotics I have now. Just make the new exotics so good that I want to use them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Don't be lazy.
Yeah.
Don't be lazy when you're designing the weapons. Design them better.
Yeah,
I like
that's
the old guns, but make me want to use the new ones.
Yeah.
That's a really good point there too, man. Because I have not touched any of the Dark Below or the House of Wolves exotics. I'm strictly stuck to the vanilla exotics and hardly ever touched the newer ones.
Speaking of that, to segue a little bit, we're getting new weapon types, right? We started off with the Dark Below, not Dark Below, I'm sorry, Taken King, House of Wolves. We got the sidearm.
Mm-hmm.
Almost completely novelty at this point in the game before Taken King drops. Obviously, we've seen some footage. They're going to release more sidearms, and they're talking about a new weapon type, which could be the sword heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually been confirmed swords.
Swords
on the
for
live
sure.
stream is
Yep.
a sword for sure.
Yeah, I saw that, and that's definitely a thing. They showed stats to them. It showed how they're gonna how the stats work and all that. But is that the new weapon type, or is there going to be something else? And
That's
and
definitely a new weapon type.
That's definitely the new weapon type, but there might be another one.
that's
Maybe.
Is there going to be another? And are they going to actually put some focus on it? Is it going to be worth using a sidearm? Is it going to be a novelty continued on through the Taken King and
Oh,
3
here's-
too?
Here's what I think it's gonna be
There's
taking
only 2
in.
weapons,
It's
right?
gonna be taking up a heavy weapon slot, right?
Yes.
The sword.
So,
yes.
in order for it to have that heavy weapon slot, don't you notice that you know that there's gonna be like a shield option for the melee weapons, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah, you held L2, and it
Yeah.
can defend against certain. I think it defends even better against certain damage types.
Yeah, you essentially get the energy shields that the mobs do.
yeah, that's what I think. You guys, well, most of you played a Warframe. You know how when you hold the guard button while holding your melee, it'll deflect any oncoming projectiles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that's how it's going to work. It'll probably deflect even a shotgun. So that'd be the only way that I'll be able to see it as a usable heavy weapon. Because if you can't deflect just about every weapon, everything that's being fired at you, then there is no point of using it. You may as well just use a shotgun. You know what I mean?
See, here's where I think the swords are. I think swords are meant to be the PvE heavy weapon, while rockets and machine guns are more focused for like PvP and more general stuff. The sword is more like I want to hit something really, really hard. Like it's the ultimate risk reward thing. I'm going to hit somebody really, really hard, but if they look my direction, I'm screwed. Like basically a shotgun on steroids.
I honestly don't. It isn't just for PvE because I really want to use a sword on PvP.
I do too, but I see that being the role that it's going to fit in.
Be
As
interesting
for
to see if you can
sidearms,
use it
I just
on-
don't
on
see
bosses.
that thing working.
Here goes Mr. Titan. I am a hunter with Blink, so I could easily run through that with a sword.
I hope
Be
Blink
interesting to
gets
see if you can if you can use those swords on bosses. That'd be pretty interesting, even though they all have kind of a damage AoE.
Here's one thing I would like to see, though. Since we are getting swords, is if the swords can be used against Crota later on. If we still don't need to pick up a thing. Everybody equip swords, just beat the hell out of Crota.
That'd be hilarious.
According to the lore, it's not going to work out because
It has to be
Crota
that
was-
bear sword.
Crota was cocky enough to only be damaged by his own weapon. So according to the lore, it's only the sword of Crota's only be his weakness. So
Lore-wise, I see that. Programming-wise, I hope somebody forgets to code it right and is allowed to do that for a little while.
I'd
Just
like to
'cause I wanna
see
that.
if they come up with different sword attack styles. Like we have the sword bears. You can do the 3 and 4 hit combos,
Mhm.
and you can do the smash. It'd be sweet if they come out with swords that like are different. Like you have like a katana style, and you have a heavy sword style, where they do different moves depending on which sword you have. That would be pretty cool.
I would
I'd like that. That'd be pretty cool.
I would
doubt it,
absolutely love to have a samurai style with a katana.
That wouldn't be awesome. Overhead chops.
Yeah, since we're also getting class things, please let the Titan one be a hammer in the sword slot, please. Just a big-ass sledgehammer.
That'd
Well,
be cool.
to segue into that, you think
Big,
they could probably
long
make like
handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
to segue into that? You guys think we can have like different weapons like a greatsword, hammers, axes, daggers?
I don't
That
see
would be
why not.
perfect. Just make it, instead of being sword, just melee.
Yep.
I mean, that'd be cool. I don't see him putting that much into it, though.
No,
Yeah,
it's probably
not-
gonna
it's-
just be reskinned.
It'd be nice, though.
Sword bear swords.
Destiny is not Warframe. I know that.
Sadly.
They could take a page.
I want my rocket hammer.
Oh my goodness, guys! I got a screen share something that I just decided to go on Google and type in some screenshots here.
Do it.
What do y'all
Do
think
it.
about this right
Do
here?
it. Make sure yours is put up on there.
Here, I'll keep talking
just-
so it views my screen.
Not clicking.
this
there.
is looking to
You're-
me
you're on
like-
there.
For the
That's
recording, you
super
need
awesome.
to select your own.
Is that an Iron Banner? Is that an Iron Banner
the
weapon?
Iron Banner sidearm.
That's-
Banner.
Oh, that
Iron
thing looks
Banner.
awesome.
Is that a silencer on it?
That's a hot
Looks
hit.
like it.
It's the hockey or the hake or however you want to pronounce it. Yep.
It almost
It
looks
looks
like
like-
1911.
Is
That's
it
cool.
haka? Whatever. Like they said in the stream, this is gonna be the new debate. How do you pronounce it? I'm gonna.
Nah,
Wow.
Deej actually phonetically spelled it out on Twitter.
Okay.
I
He
can't
also
remember
said it's going to end up being the potato of Destiny, so I don't think there's ever really going to be an official saying.
Pretty much Gallahorn. Gallahorn.
Yaller, yeah, whatever.
Cheat weapon.
Here's the thing. I'm going to keep pronouncing it Haka just because of Killzone 1, and Haka was my favorite Killzone character you can play as.
Works.
I'm trying to find. There's an equip slot on one of the characters when they were doing the teaser trailer,
hmm
where they were viewing a warlock, and the warlock underneath all of his other gear, it had a like what looked like a colored kind of energy, and I want to try to find that.
Oh, you're talking the
Um,
artifact slot?
The artifact. Yeah.
Now
I'm wondering what that
I haven't
effect
found much
does.
information on that.
I think that's going to be next week when they actually explain that.
Luke Smith said
Okay,
that
here,
you
I got-
have
I
to
got
be
it.
level 40 to use it. You have to be level 40 to use an artifact, and they will talk about it in the next stream, I believe. They were supposed to talk about it on this stream, I think, and they forgot. They didn't get to. They did it on their dry runs, but they didn't get to it.
Yeah, they
Luke
forgot.
They're gonna talk about it.
Luke Smith also said we'd throw money at the TV when we saw them shitty dances.
I did. You didn't? I was cash money was flying out of my pocket. I didn't even touch my
Oh.
wallet, and money was.
Yeah, I threw.
Coming out.
Yeah,
When I saw the hammer,
I threw this,
hammer
all this
time,
change at it. So
That's
my
money.
TV has a bunch of scratches.
It spins. It
That
spins.
is- Those stats are going to be very obnoxious
change
once
Obama.
they do at the end of the game.
Right.
You get at the end of the game when you
The
do get
sprinkler.
when you're the one to die the last, they're just going to be doing those obnoxious stats around you. It's just going to piss me off even more.
This screenshot does remind me of one thing. All of us who have Ghost Editions, kiss your Frontier shell goodbye.
No way, they're putting glimmer bonuses on it, all kinds of cool stuff.
It's a legend. It's a legendary shell. Why is it not getting a perk?
It's getting a little bit of armor. That's it.
I think it's getting glimmer bonus and something else too.
I would
The
like
only
that.
thing I know for sure is armor. I hope that it gets like a glimmer bonus or something, so I can just feed it a bunch of infusions. But
I think it is. The level grind is supposed to go from wherever you're currently at, possibly from 25 if you're new, to 40. How long do you think it'll take from the 15th till the majority of the people who are truly playing hit 40?
I hope it's more than a day.
I was going to say like a filthy fucking casual or hardcore.
Anybody.
I say 3 days to a week.
To hit 40 from 34?
Yeah.
I can see someone hitting that in a day and a half. Because people in World of Warcraft hit level 100 in like 5 hours. That was a 10 level gap. There are people who will just fucking grind. Now, in order to get maxed out like weapons and stuff, that's going to take weeks.
Yeah. Let's talk
Or
about.
What do you guys think? Like
the weapons.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Raven. Go ahead.
I just say that within hours. How do you guys think it'll take? I say that a good time will probably like 7 to 10 hours.
Yeah, I can see that. It depends on how fast the XP gains are. If it's like how they are right now, I can see 6 to 8.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could see somebody somehow taking advantage of some, like very small known glitch right off the bat, to where maybe they are able to get to a certain ghost shell that maxes XP out, and then they bust all those 5,000 bounties,
Well, you
get levels.
Hit the Nightfall, do your Red Bull code, figure out something else that has extended XP, and then turn in maxed
good luck
out
with
5,000.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be at like level 42 for that first week.
I refuse to use a Red Bull code.
You don't want those free missions, man. You gotta get the free missions.
I could wait.
People are gonna stack up those 5,000 bounties, which I'll probably do as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And
so am I.
go nuts the first day. But they know there are people who are going to do that, but I don't think they care. But Bungie, historically, when the game first started, granted they're trying to change things, they wanted the end game to be the major focus. So I'm curious to see how easy they're going to make it to get to 40, because the game is all about your weapons and armor and the light level coming off of them, not essentially about your true experience level.
Yeah, I see the leveling up to 40 being easy. The gearing up once you hit 40 is going to be the difficult part. That's going to take you time.
I hope so, because
I don't think it's going to be much different than it was before. It'll be a little different. It'll be a little bit more incremental. It's not going to be like you're stuck at 29 forever. I don't think I hit 30 until the Dark Below came out.
Yeah. I mean, if you have 200, once you get your 200, whatever the new thing is, you could buy armor, because you're already going to be level 3 and all the fucking, like, Dead Orbit and all that stuff. So and they said there's no cap, so you could just keep doing it over and over and over again to keep buying the stuff. Yeah. So I don't see it taking long to get all purple.
Yeah, I don't see it being like that, but it's just one of those things, like, also gearing-wise, it being, like, exotics and stuff. Like, I can see you having all purple, but I don't see you really having an exotic other than what the ones that you had in year 1 that are being brought up to year 2, but no the newer stuff. Plus, correct me if I'm wrong, the raid isn't showing up until the second week, right?
Oh, they're doing that again?
I think
let's talk about the gear gap there, and a matter of we know hardcore to want to talk about it. That super awesome extra green engram that he thinks is going to be another tier between legendary and exotic.
That's the enemy weapon that is meant to just block all of your rockets.
I think that is just another green engram sitting on the desk.
I think that was just a lighting thing. I think that was just a green engram with a little bit of lighting. Like,
it was twisted a little bit different. Like, ooh, here's a good screenshot. Oh,
Maybe.
I'm gonna pull this up. Hold
I
on one
think
second.
people are reading way too into that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it is, but I know that he would want to mention it. And then personally, I think they should be adding another tier of gear between exotic and uh, legendary, just because, or even above exotic, just to mix things up.
That's
Because
Just
having
to
the same
make it take a little bit
odds
longer
stats,
to max
yeah, I
out.
mean, if you had something above exotic, that just, an end all be all kind of thing, but you couldn't equip an exotic
wait.
while you still had this equipped, just to have something above an exotic that would go beyond the weapons level cap. I feel like it'd be nice to not have, oh, well, currently guns are maxed out at 365. Why can't I have a gun that goes up to 385 just to have that gun?
Wait,
Oh,
the
so kind of like
the Necrochasm did that when it first came out.
yeah, Mythic Last. That would actually be a pretty good way to do like the raid, like the raid capstone exotic, like Mythic Class and Necrochasm. Like have it be another tier all by itself. Like this is the one that you have to put a lot of work to, a lot of luck, a lot of grinding and everything. But when you
I
get it, it's just here. It's not just another exotic. In order to have this, you can't equip any other exotic.
think if that would be cool if they had a whole different class, but if not, they need to make all exotics like that. There needs to be a rare drop that that is tied somehow through lore to that item that makes it upgrade, and even multiple times, multiple steps. Kind of like the Crux of Crota for Necrochasm.
Yeah.
If you collect
Well,
two
they're
of
already
them, it can bump you up a little further. You collect a third one because it's rare. It's not a common drop.
yeah.
Well,
And
if they're
it
doing
could.
this all, if they're doing this all lore based, then don't you think that
I'm just saying to
the
tie it into the weapon so it makes sense for lore. That's all.
yeah, well, according to the well, if you want to go by the lore, don't you think that the thorn should feed off the user's light as well? Like every time you fire the
Yeah.
shot, it should take some damage as well.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? Or to even
Yeah.
reduce your light level. Like that would make more sense with the Taken King since they're changing it to
Yeah.
where you have a combined light level off of your weapon and armor. If you use Thorn, you get the DOT, but it brings you down a little bit, so the actual attack level is different. Just something like just a little twist like that don't make a huge difference would be really cool.
If
That
they
would be
went,
interesting to see a weapon with a disadvantage to using it, other than it just being like the weapon class.
if they're gonna go lore, if they're gonna be going lore based on these exotic weapons, then bad, you're just gonna just decimate warlocks because of course that's a weapon that just downright feeds off of warlocks.
Oh, I remember the bounty. Oh wait, no, that was Bad Juju that had the more kills, the more points you
Yes,
got when he killed.
yes, bad juju will feed off of the warlocks even more when you're doing that bounty. So, according to that bad juju should do more damage against warlocks.
Yeah.
Real quick, not to try to change this, but earlier you said something about how it showed like a I can't remember exactly what it was you said, but it reminded me of the armor and weapons have elemental damage types to them and defense types, so
Hmm.
you can get like sets of void armor, and it has extra defensive effect against elemental types of that kind. Is that what it is, or is it?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
They usually have two types: one to either debuff incoming damage or to deal out more damage. So you can either, be defensive or attack-ish or progressive, whatever the fuck it is.
Well, how would that work in Crucible, where
I hope not.
if someone is a Void Warlock, would
Uh,
you be able to put Void armor on and be extra defense against
I
uh,
kind of hope it
stuff
does
like that?
because right now elements really have no place in Crucible.
I think that would break.
Other than super
I think
type?
that would break Crucible though.
Think
No, I
so?
think it had a whole nother freaking aspect to it.
Was I
You'd
mean
have
like
people
right?
switching up their
If
gear
people think,
mid-match
oh,
just to try to
Blade
beat
Dancer's
someone.
overpowered, everybody's a Blade Dancer, and then what if everybody got Arc?
Yeah,
Arc
but
does nothing anymore.
what
Strikers
happens
and Blade Dancers out in the cold.
if you don't have any primary elemental weapons? Then you're trying to play Crucible and you're just not going to be able to.
No, not the damage type of the weapon, but the damage type of the subclass. So the supers and the melee.
Yeah.
Like to
Well,
where
here's the
you
thing.
wouldn't get one shot melee'd by a warlock because you've got his particular damage type on, unless he changed to Sunsinger. Then you'd have to change your armor type.
Yeah, that actually is quite
just enough
interesting.
to make a small difference, not enough to just completely destroy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if that melee killed you, maybe it only did 95%, and you had a chance.
I can see that.
Or, just a slight change, maybe to where you can the super, it reduces the area of effect. Where if you try to jump out of a Titan Smash, you might have a chance of surviving it, but almost get killed. If you just happen to have arc armor on.
Here's the issue I have with that. Say that you're getting killed by a Sunbreaker, you're just getting downright pissed off with that. You just equip some armor that'll just give you some resistance to solar. Don't you think that'll cause a problem later on down the road?
It could. The balancing issue is tough, but I'm just saying, devil's advocate. What would it be like?
But here's the thing, though, is like when everyone's specking against one element, the other elements are going to come up, and that's just going to make a more revolving meta. It's not going to stagnate while it's stagnated where everybody's using
that was my
Thorn.
point. My point was, how dynamic would it make the game if you had that? They're using the Thorn. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I can equip this, and that'll counteract that. Oh man, these Striker Titans are going crazy. Okay, well, I'll equip this, and that'll help. It's not gonna change the game completely. It'll just help.
I think it would change the game completely.
Yeah, in the meta, it would change the game completely because it'll change how people play. But
Here's the thing.
Well, the meta is Thorn. That's all the meta is. The meta is Thorn.
Well, when 2.0 drops, we'll see how that works.
Like, here's the thing: if the guy that's at the top of the board, he's just running Void. You don't care about the other ones. It's just that one guy that's at the top. You are just gonna want to equip something that'll just counteract that one person, and that's it. And just screw everybody else. Just keep elemental damage away from the Crucible altogether. That's all I got. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. That does make trials a lot more easier, because then everyone can't run Sun Singers. Because then, okay, we'll just throw on all of our solar resistance. Congratulations, yeah, you can return from the dead, but your melees and grenades aren't going to do anything more than tickle us.
Exactly. That's why it adds a whole other aspect to the game that has been yet unseen. I'm sure there's plenty of MMOs that do that.
What if they added a mode like Inferno, that particular game mode, your armor elements mattered?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Actually, keep one game mode that keep the game mode.
If you wanted to do that game mode, then you could play in that game mode, and in my opinion, that would add almost like its own sub genre of the game, of the Crucible meta.
I mean that'd be good if they did something like that, especially if they did something like that with Trials. They made a Trials mode like that.
Yeah. All right, in the name of brevity, let's move on to a different subject. The exotic blueprints.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
I love that.
In the matter of now, you don't have to try and grab 3 galleys to have all 3 of your guardians to have 3 galleys. I know it's not important anymore, but either way, I never saw the point of that in the first place because I just rotate it. I only have one with every exotic. I just go vault it and move it to the other character.
Okay, question. Do any of y'all know if it takes into account the exotics you dismantled, or is it just the exotics you have?
It's the exotics that you have. I don't know when they're going to start tracking it, but my guess will be when Taken King hits. So if you have only one copy of it, don't delete it yet.
Oh man,
just to be on the safe side.
I'm not really sure.
That's gonna make me very upset because I dismantled an Obsidian Mine and I wanted that for my Warlock.
Yeah, I dismantled 3 of them.
Yeah, I dismantled a whole bunch of. I dismantled a whole bunch of fucking hunter shit. I had almost everything for the hunter, and then when I got rid of my hunter, I dismantled all of it.
Ouch.
I mean, they might surprise us with it, but I just don't see them.
I think that was kind of a customer service move too, where when people are like, "Oh, I accidentally dismantled my exotic," or I transferred it with the Tower Ghost app and I lost it. Okay, well, just go spend some glimmer and a couple of weapon parts and make them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome idea.
You guys remember that kid that got screwed over by the guy named Kermit the Frog?
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, that was bad.
That'll make that kid really happy if you could get all those exotics back.
Yeah.
Don't
To be
share
fair,
with
though, the
strangers.
kid really shouldn't have trusted him.
No.
Yes.
Not
I've
at all.
never heard about that.
For those who don't know, somebody tell us the story.
All right. Well, this little kid, he had like how many? He had like 2 full level characters or something like that. And this one guy told him about this area that was secret. And so the little kid let him share play, and the guy deleted all his shit.
Oh, that's bullshit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that's
was bad.
terrible.
Wasn't he also streaming this as well, or?
Yes, he was streaming this, which
Oh, that
No.
makes it even worse. He had an
yes.
audience to it. Ow.
I'm
No,
sure he
here's
got
no,
the guy
no. It
manhandled.
was actually a good thing that he was streaming that because there was a bunch of people that tried to help him out getting his stuff back.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that works.
Still, though, I mean, this is why you don't trust people on the internet, guys.
Right.
To anybody watching this, don't trust us. We're internet assholes.
That was a good and bad thing because it was bad because he lost all his shit, but it was good because he will learn from this. Don't trust just some random guy, even though he claims to be your friend.
While we're
That-
talking about internet assholes, what other games have y'all been playing?
Speaking of tools
Yeah,
on the internet.
let's actually move away from Destiny. I think
Yeah.
we've spent the last
Yeah, we got
45
we
minutes
got other
talking
things
about
to
it.
talk. We'll move away
I
from it.
guess I'll start off because I've been away from the PlayStation for a good while. My little brother got me back into World of Warcraft because of the Legion expansion.
It wasn't Driz then?
No, it wasn't. Because my little brother actually paid for a month. So, well, I'm back into it now, and I enjoy it. I don't think I'm going to be resubbing until Legion hits. I'm still going to pick it up when it gets there, but
I tried to get into World of Warcraft. I tried to get back into some of the old style MMOs like I used to play. I can't
Yeah.
do it after playing in game for 4 years on Dark Age of Camelot. It's
Ooh,
the
yeah.
same. I go to a different game, it's the same thing. You run through the story, and the end game's the same thing. You're grinding for gear, for levels, and so that you can do raids and PvP.
Yeah.
It's
I will
fun
say
with
this.
people you know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's the same thing.
Yeah. I will say this, though, like the only MMO I can really suggest to people, like an actual MMO, that to go in would actually be, surprisingly, the Old Republic, just because it has the best single-player experience.
That's
And
important.
especially now since it's free to play, you could just play the story, and that's it. So if you enjoy Knights of the Old Republic, just play that, get up there, finish your thing, you're done. Don't do any of the endgame crap because it's a very bad MMO, but it's a good single-player MMO.
Well, it's got so
If
many
that's-
storylines too. I mean, I've got it on my laptop here. I haven't touched it in I don't know how long, because I used to be a subscriber when it first came out. But no, it's definitely a good game. It's got a lot of good story in it. If you love the lore of Star Wars, just fucking play that shit and you're good.
Mhm.
Cool. What else are you playing, Novi?
That, been playing a bit of Hearthstone. Been doing a Nuzlocke in Pokemon Omega Ruby. For people who don't know what that is, it's a challenge run where you can only catch the first Pokemon where you get in a route, and if the Pokemon faints, you delete it. So essentially, you can't just sit and grind for the best ones you get. Random number generator basically decides what you get. If the game decides that you only get a Rattata for the first 5 routes, congratulations, you have an army of rats.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna do those ever.
You usually don't, because I also play with if my starter dies, I reset the entire game.
I don't think I want to play with an army of Predator than PG still.
Yeah.
Better than Magic Carpet.
That is when it gets really tough, is when you get something that, this is good, I'm going to have to sit here for 5 hours and pray to God it doesn't die, trying to grind it up to where it actually learns an attack.
Did any of y'all play Ultimate Online?
I did.
You know he's making a new one, Shroud of the Avatar?
Yeah, my mom is in it. She's in the beta for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's super stoked about it. It's backstory on me. Didn't even want talking. I played Ultima Online, not when it first came out. We have another member in the group, Driz, who played when it first came out. Did any of you guys here play Ultima Online?
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I guess Driz and I are the only ones. Nova, you didn't play?
No, I played EverQuest.
Loser. Anyway, Ultima Online. My mom started playing when I started playing, and it was about a time when the game shifted to a two world kind of thing called Trammel and Felucia, where it's like Trammel is like the safe zone and Felucia was the PvP area. Initially, the game came out, it was all PvP, and Felucia was everything. Anyway, so I was playing with my mom at the time. It was pretty cool. We played for quite a few years. I played for 3 or 4 years. I don't know, but then the guy Richard Garriott is the creator, one of the lead creators at least, Lord Garriott, and yeah, he started a Kickstarter and is making a new game, and I believe she's in on it.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
cool.
heard it's going to have a completely offline mode that you can play. You don't even have to be online.
Really, I have to look into it. My mom was telling me about it, and I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll see what it's all about, because it's always cool to play with, like, especially if you can play with your parents. Like,
Yeah.
my dad didn't start playing video games until he was like 58 or something like that, and my mom
And
bought me an Atari 2600, so she's been playing video games since forever.
Here, I got the page up. It says single-player offline mode. Players will adventure through over 40 hours of story in an interactive world where their choices during ethical paradoxes have consequences.
That's awesome.
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, select
I just
the...
hope it.
Good.
I just hope it doesn't end up like his last one. Anybody remember Tabula Rasa?
Yeah.
That was the one that he did that I forget who it was who screwed him over. Like, it was when he went up to space for that time, because Lord British always does crazy shit.
Yeah. He's got a lot of money.
Yeah. It was the MMO, that sci-fi MMO that was also kind of mixed with a first-person shooter.
I don't know
It was
that.
like one of the first ones that came out.
The name rings a bell, Tabula Rasa, but I don't know.
Yeah. It was pretty fun, but the company that produced it basically backstabbed him in order to avoid paying him any royalties and shut the game down while he was away on vacation.
Nice. That sucks.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
he had a
I
couple of
hope...
Ultima expansions or continuations, like secondary games, Ultima X or something. I can't remember, and they all fell through.
Yeah. I mean, I like Tabula Rasa. I never played any Ultima games, but if it's like that level of storytelling and stuff, then I would really enjoy this one. I'm just not going to throw any money at a Kickstarter, though, so if that's a requirement, you're not getting anything from me.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like
Guys,
what everybody's been doing for the beta. The games lately have been doing you like pay to be in the beta, and that gives you like a founders kind of thing. But anyway, maybe something like that for a lot of these Kickstarter games. But anyway,
I thought we were done talking about Destiny.
we right 1 year
No,
beta.
now we're
2 year
talking
beta.
about, what's it called? Rainbow Six Siege, where you have to pre-order in order to get into it.
Well, that's how almost all the betas are. I mean, that's how they do
Probably,
betas now.
But you gotta
Yeah.
pre-order a different game from the
It's
same.
$5 to pre-order to get into a beta.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
you pre-order, it's $5. You don't have to buy the game.
You're right. Raven,
Yeah,
what are you playing?
I've been playing. I don't know this because of this Destiny drought that we've been going on. I mean, I'm liking the House of Wolves. I jumped back into Monster Hunter, and that just instantly revived my love for that franchise because there's this new monster that I've never seen before that just completely caught me off guard that I faced. And here's how it goes. There's this monster called the Rathian, which is it's a mid-range dragon that you fight in the game.
Mhm.
And I was supposed to capture it. When I already did enough damage to it to capture it, there was this one cutscene where this golden dragon called the Cerejo showed up and just took that monster out and made it escape. So I saw like, holy shit, this monster looks so cool. I gotta fight it. And that monster was like such a bitch to fight because I don't know if you're interested in hearing about the attacks of this game, but the way this monster worked was he has this. He throws the skills at you, and when those skills attach to you, it does like the 3 ticks of damage to you. And on that third tick, it'll do so much damage to you that it'll also knock you back. So that was like the biggest pain in the ass for that game. And since I'm a very stubborn gamer, I was not gonna fight until I got that guy's armor.
Oh, really?
So I spent like 5 to 7 hours just fighting the monster over and over again, just so I could get the full set of armor from that monster, just because he pissed me off so much.
Which one are you playing? Monster Hunter what?
Monster Hunter 4.
On 3DS. I never
Yes.
played any of the Monster Hunter games. I think I'd like that. I see there's a couple of guys online that play the Monster Hunter X and the Monster Hunter 4. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I think it's-
Yes, Monster Hunter 4. I absolutely love that game
Yeah,
again.
Monster Hunter X. What is that?
It's basically Monster Hunter. Like, the games are very formulaic. It's essentially the same game most of the times. Very fun, but I'm going to warn you, and Raven can agree with this. Be prepared for grinding.
Yes.
Like
That
just
was... Yes, you will...
monster grinding.
You'll spend 5 hours grinding for a specific monster's armor or weapon. I'm not joking.
Gravelos. Why?
What's the story like? See, I'm more of a story gamer.
The story is very...
Story.
The story is very
Right.
generic and forgettable, but it's just the gameplay and the co-op that gets you into the game.
Pretty cool. I got you. I'm done with
Yeah.
co-op. What'd you say, Casey?
So there really isn't a story. I mean, the Monster Hunter the game I played, I was attacked by a dragon, lost my memory, woke up in a town, and I had to go fight monsters.
Monster Hunter 2, I'm guessing. You
I
got
don't know.
attacked by the Tigrex.
Yeah, that's pretty much, like, the storylines are forgettable. Like, I can't remember any of the story that was in Monster Hunter 4, but I remember every monster that I killed because each one,
Fun.
they're very memorable boss fights. I will say that, because that's what the whole game is. It's boss
Joey,
fights.
Joey, you're gonna have so much fun fighting that Ceregios, man. You're gonna want his armor because he'll piss you off so much.
What else have you been playing?
No.
Raven. What else are you playing, buddy?
I've also been playing another game that's like it's got some pretty low ratings, but because of it's a grind heavy game. But you guys know me, I don't really mind grind heavy games. It's called the Witch and the 100 Knight. It's a very, very dark, humorish game.
That's that Atlas game, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's. I think I never played this Gaia, but it follows a character called Natalia. I think you know her, Novi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game just has so much dark humor that it's just very funny to me. That's all it is. It's a very humorous game. If you keep playing that game, the story will just keep you go through that staggering grind.
What's it called again?
The Witch and the 100 Knight.
And what's it on?
It's on the PS3.
Oh, okay. I don't have a PS3. I'm screwed.
Yeah, the story,
PS Now.
the story, the characters, and the humor will just make you want to keep playing just to find out what's going to happen next.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, let's keep moving. Touching money. What are you playing, buddy?
I haven't been playing a whole lot. I've been
All right, KC.
looking forward to. I don't know if you guys. No. I don't know if you guys have heard of this super awesome game that's coming out here, Star Citizen.
I've heard of it. Tell us about it. Quick, give us the elevator pitch.
All right, elevator pitch. Oh, you would say elevator. Anyways, so you guys see this nice big this. I'm not going to call it a capital ship. Let's just call it a nice big ship, right?
Mhm.
You and a crew of, let's say, 10 actual players can pilot that, and go around, be rogue pirates. You can blow up other people's ships. You can steal their ship. It is quite literally a procedurally generated MMO, just
Cool.
like what is it? No Man's Sky is going to be.
Nice.
I'm just looking forward to that. You have your clan is more of an organization, is what they call it. In-game currency, you can sell your ships for in-game currency. you can sell that currency for real money. You can quite literally live off this game if you had enough.
EverQuest
This
is
sounds a
doing
lot
that.
like EVE Online with a lot less spreadsheets.
With a lot less spreadsheets and let's just say more action than EVE Online because it's a real fucking space MMO.
Thank God. Can I run it
I've
on a
actually flown
toaster?
some of the
That's my
ships
computer.
in the. Yeah, no. That might have been concept art, but I've played this game in a matter of hangar and like very small PvP based. The physics for it are quite literally how a ship would perform in 0G. If you turn off your thrusters, you do still move. Until you turn on your reverse thrusters, you can actually turn on the back of your ship's reverse thrusters and your front up thrusters, and you will quite literally just sit there and spin. You have full control over your ship in 360-degree motion. So
That sounds cool.
it's
cool.
super cool. Some of the ships, I think there's actually a ship up for $5,000, which is ridiculous, but it's a dreadnought.
Wait,
That's crazy.
5,000 like
Actual
literal dollars.
IRL.
Yeah, IRL money.
Oh my
people
god.
dig it.
How new is that?
Yeah.
How new is that monetization model where
People-
the community can actually make money on the game? Because I know EverQuest is doing that now. Sony's got EverQuest next Landmark, where you can create in Landmark and then copy it as a blueprint kind of thing, and then you could set it up in a store, and people can buy it for $1, $2, whatever it is you want to sell it for, and you can make money on your creations in Landmark in EverQuest. And I think what they've done is they've essentially cut out the player market for gold, plat, whatever it is currencies are in the game by doing the same thing, by setting up a market in the game through the developer. Is that something that's new? Because you're talking about a similar thing for that game. Or is that the only two instances that we know of that are doing that model?
No, EVE Online's been doing that for years. But the
Yeah,
thing is, um, it depends on the game. Like Star Citizen, I can see doing it because there is precedent. Because it's essentially the same thing as EVE Online, which has been working for years. I can see people doing that. EverQuest, yeah. I can also see people doing that. That's essentially paid mods. But I also remember the failure that was Diablo 3's Real Money Auction House.
what's that?
Back before Reaper of Souls, Diablo 3 had an auction house where you can sell your equipment that you didn't want that dropped for you, that say you're a barbarian and a wizard robe dropped. You can't use it. You want to hit things. You don't want to wear a frilly dress. So you can sell it for real money to other people. Everybody hated this. Everybody.
Really?
Like, yeah. So it really depends on the game. An MMO like Star Citizen, I can see it working. I just hope that this doesn't sneak into other games like, oh, hey, you can throw mods in. Let's go. You can charge whatever you want. And then the fan base just hates it. Like, for example, like if this went in for Call of Duty, I think the fan base would have a meltdown.
I think if you start the game off, the franchise, not just like a continuation like Call of Duty, but you start the franchise off with that feature, it's not a big deal because it's always been there. But it can get still out of hand. I could see that. But it's like any other market, though. I mean, if you leave it alone, it'll control itself.
Now, is that the only way to get the ship is to spend $5,000, or can you get it in-game without spending any money?
You can discover it. In fact, there's derelict ships that'll be abandoned. If a person gets out of their ship, you can quite literally get in it and fly away with it. Your ship can be stolen. So if you find somebody who just parks their $5,000 ship out in space and gets in their Land Rover and decides they want to go for a steal that shit. Steal that shit and be like, you can have it back.
Sell it
for
for 50
$2,000.
bucks.
Grand Theft Enterprise.
It's kind of like Warframe, where they give you the option of buying the Prime Maxes with the current Prime Warframe and weapons,
you can build it,
or you could just find them.
You don't have to find it. You don't have to buy it. You can actually build it too if you have enough. If your group has enough to buy the currency, and then you have enough to build the ship itself, and then you have the patience to wait 10 years or something. I don't know.
Bloody hell, man.
Time on it. But there's some ships out there. I mean, there are quite really some huge ships. I'll see if I can find some ships on their page.
I do have a question though. Those ships that if it's destroyed, is it permanently destroyed like how it is with Eve?
Unless you buy
Because I
insurance.
want to see someone have a meltdown for when their $5,000 ship gets blown up in
Scream.
PvP.
Oh, when you buy
Freaking
it,
out.
it's part of the end user license agreement that you have to know that unless you buy insurance on it, it will be destroyed and you will have to buy it again.
If somebody,
Yes.
if somebody has a $5,000 ship that they bought with their own money, I will not hesitate to laugh at them.
See,
I
I would never play a game like that.
No.
Look,
That's crazy.
I have to get insurance on my car, the house. I don't want to fucking buy insurance on a ship in a game.
On a video game.
Well, here's the thing though. You're paying for a spaceship that costs as much as your car. Kind of justified to get insurance.
Why would you play a video game for $5,000? That's crazy.
Whales, man.
Hey, there is a guy that I forgot which Call of Duty it was, but there was one guy that got early access to one of the Call of Duties, and he sold it on eBay. It literally went for over $9,000.
That's stupid. Crazy. All right. Anyway, Touch, are you playing? What are you playing? What else are you playing? Let's keep this moving.
Obviously, the good old Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Rocket League with Hungry Butthole
Nobody
here.
plays that.
Rocket League.
Rocket League? What is that?
I can't actually find
That sounds like another spaceship game.
The most successful free game ever.
Don't worry, nobody, absolutely nobody plays that game.
Nobody.
Yeah, nobody plays it.
Nobody doesn't.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
That's cool. Been busy.
Yeah, just busy with school, stuff like that, hammering out assignments and work. Only news in personal life is I'm no longer going to be a manager. I'm going to go back down to 40 hours a week, and that's all I need.
I did that. Whoop whoop.
Just to save myself from some feedback from people that don't know me, I do love Rocket League. That's an awesome game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous game. KC, what are you playing, buddy?
Been playing Black Ops 3 beta.
I
It's
was going to
fun.
bring that up. Waiting for somebody to mention.
It's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
With supers.
With supers? Really?
So, I mean, it's adding something new to Call of Duty, but...
Hey, Casey, I've seen in the E3 trailer where you can make people vomit. Is there a super where you can play the brown note?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen all the supers. I'm only level 15, so I don't know what all of them are yet. You gotta be level 40 to see them all.
I do have to ask, does it feel more like Black Ops 2, or does it feel more like Advanced Warfare?
It plays like Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to get it just because, it's Treyarch. They make good ones. I like the Black Ops.
Yeah, I like the Black Ops too.
Because Treyarch? Cool.
I mean, I'm excited for the single player, the co-op, the 4-player co-op single player campaign. Sounds cool.
If Infinity Ward can stop trying to copy Modern Warfare 2 for the last 3 games, I think they can come up with something good. But they're too busy riding the coattails of that game.
Before we end it, did any of y'all fill out the Konami survey?
I was about to.
No.
No.
I didn't.
What?
Okay, so you don't know about this?
No, I did not. What Konami survey?
They had a survey out asking what games you like and why you like them.
They're not going to turn it anymore into fucking pachinko machines, are they?
No, that's exactly what I thought. They just want the repeating of what everybody's favorite Konami franchise is, just so they could turn it into a fucking pachinko machine.
They're
See,
already
I don't think so.
Castlevania.
I don't think so. I don't think that's why.
Contra.
Because one of the main questions was they asked how much you play cell phone games. I think they want to make everything a cell phone game.
That's good. No, that's not good.
That's
But
trash.
No.
I seen what they did to Castlevania. I do not want to see an erotic, violent Rocket Knight adventure pachinko machine.
Erotic, violent Contra pachinko machine?
Yeah, there you go.
Don't give them ideas, man, please.
Awesome. No, I didn't fill it out.
And
Maybe they
erotic
might
violence
surprise us.
man.
Maybe they might surprise us, though. I mean, like I recently, speaking of phone games, I recently tried out Final Fantasy Record Keeper. And that's actually pretty fun because it plays a lot like Final Fantasy.
All right, you're part of the problem.
Hey,
I was
Casey.
bored at work. I just decided to try it out because it was free. I'm not going to spend any money on this thing because
Hey,
I don't
Novi,
spend
you know
money.
that Fallout Shelter is in fact on the Android, right?
Yes, I played it for about 5 minutes, got bored, deleted it.
Actually, there is one more game I
still
gotta
got
add to my list that I've been
I'm
playing.
up to like 50
What's
Vault
that?
hours now. I'm just waiting for more. Cause
That's the thing is,
I don't know
I-
if it's any prelude to what actual Fallout 4 is going to be. I mean, from this, you're the overseer, so I could see that being part of the storyline in Fallout 4 maybe. Potentially because that's one role you haven't played as. You're always the one that leaves the vault, saves the vault, blah 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 blah. And then
yeah,
he-
I just wish there was actual gameplay.
Well,
I
that's
don't
why
like
it's on the phone.
teleporters.
You can't actually have gameplay if you're playing on a phone.
Here's the thing though, with Record Keeper, you actually do have choices. Like you cast spells and all that shit. It's the Final Fantasy battles.
Yeah.
Like
You guys
now,
know? You guys
now-
know there's only one. You guys don't know there's only one essential game for phone app, and that's the Impossible game.
No, don't even start that stupid game.
no.
The Impossible game is fun, man. It's like, well, it's not. Well, you probably couldn't call it fun because it almost made me smash my fucking phone.
don't tell people.
the Impossible game is a trap. It's what you put on your friend's phone and tell them to play.
In order to unlock your phone, you have to beat this.
I was stuck playing it for like 1 hour right before I started working, and it just made my whole day salty.
Dude, I walk in the
That's
door
funny.
salty.
Man, I mean, here's the thing. If you just want to have a game that make you salty, just go play I Want to Be the Guy. Just solve everything.
Novi, I don't start me with that game because I got the Mike Tyson. I couldn't go any further than that.
You got further than I did.
What else you playing, Casey?
That's it. Nothing else.
it.
That's it.
That's
What about you, Dylan? Did you already say what you played, didn't you? I'm sorry, I was off and on.
That's all good.
You're calling me part of the problem. All you did was play Call of Duty. Sell out.
Hey.
Oh, the hypocrisy.
Now I've been kind of busy lately. I've been actually working on my backlog. I've got a stack of games that I haven't finished or even
Oh,
started.
I played Gauntlet with Disney.
Yeah. We've been playing Gauntlet. Yeah, I got that on here recently. I've been playing with my kids a lot on Gauntlet, and I've been trying to finish Assassin's Creed Black Flag 4, which has been sitting on my shelf for over a year. And then
Yeah.
next on my
Jesus.
list is Diablo 3, but a little bit of Destiny peppered in there, some Crucible, and not a whole lot though. A little
Don't worry,
bit of-
Disney. You're not alone. That I still got Killzone in the wrapper that I got for Black Friday.
Witcher 3 hasn't been opened. Bloodborne I borrowed. I'm actually subbed on Final Fantasy 14 MMO, and I've only got a level 10. I haven't even played it.
Man, Killzone's a good game. It is. I loved Killzone. It was a great game.
Killzone's got a
Hey,
great
Casey.
campaign for a shooter.
Hey Casey, if you wanna hop in back to Killzone, I'll happily unwrap my game just to play that.
Yeah, I mean
There
the
you go.
co-op on Killzone's great.
I got a ton of games on the Wii U that I need to finish.
Nope. Don't even bother, just sell it.
No, he's crazy, bruh.
Sell the Wii U, keep the games because I'm pretty sure Nintendo's pretty
They'll
good about
play on
backward
the NX.
compatibility.
I hope. No, wait. The NX not gonna have any disk drive, is it? So
Oh, whatever.
that's kind of an issue because I want to play Bayonetta.
It's okay. I've got my Nintendo, my 64, my Super NES, my Wii, my Wii U, my 3DS, my DS Lite, my
You're
I
part of the
wish-
problem
Game
too.
Boy Advance.
I still wish I had my
Little part of the
64. That
problem.
got lost in one of too many moves.
I have a
Look,
collector.
the saddest thing happened to me when I moved to this new house. I had to get rid of a lot of this clutter that I have stocked in my closet.
Mhm.
But it's my Sega Genesis that I had since I was 8. I had
Oh,
to sell it in the yard sale, and I regret it now.
Dude, I
Yeah.
sold the Sega Master System.
Yeah, I got my Genesis with my Sega CD still attached to it.
Well, you had a Sega CD.
Of course. Didn't everyone?
I did.
Dude.
I had a
It was Echo,
32X
but I
too.
had it.
I was back in the day. I was like the biggest Sega fanboy, and I still didn't have a Sega CD.
I had a
Man, you missed out.
TurboGrafx 16.
Missed out.
I did. Yeah.
One of the best
Who played
RPGs
Echo?
of all
I
time
did.
was on the Sega CD.
Which one?
Lunar.
Never heard of it. But then
You've never
again,
heard
I
of,
was
you've never
Then
heard of
again-
Lunar?
no. But then
Oh.
again, I'm a Nintendo fanboy, so
I mean, it was on PS1 too.
Fanboy.
like I'm not gonna lie, I was straight Nintendo up until PlayStation 2.
Okay. You can get it on Vita. Lunar and the Silver Star Saga or something like that. It's called.
Look at it, I can't guarantee it because right now on Vita, I gotta beat Final Fantasy Tactics again.
Yeah, look up Lunar on Google it. I mean, read about it. It's really good.
Speaking of which, we just passed the 20th anniversary of Chrono Trigger. Congratulations to that game. Sega, when are you going to give us another sequel?
Never.
Chrono Trigger is an overrated game.
No, you can expect the new Sonic game coming out soon.
1,
As always.
Sonic is dead.
2,
Sonic is dead.
3, 4, 5. My DS collection. I'm a Nintendo fanboy myself.
Yeah.
I still gotta finish Super Mario this, Super Mario that, Legend of Zelda this, that.
You gonna get Mario Maker when it comes out?
I'm not sure about that one because I don't know if I have time.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to play the levels, and it's kind of niche, and I know it's going to be a cult product. It's going to be big in circles.
I see that
but I'm
being
just
worth
not-
picking up later on, not like right away. Like after a couple of months when people have come out with some really crazy shit.
I mean, but
You're
it
gonna come
comes
up
it
with
comes
some legendary stuff.
it comes packed with 100 levels. So I mean, it's not like nothing's gonna be on it.
Yeah, here's
I
yeah
don't have
that
time for stuff like that.
yeah that's one of the games you have to be out of a job to just play because when I was playing Little Big Planet and Little Big Planet 2, I was unemployed, and now that Little Big Planet 3's out, I hardly ever have time to even touch few levels that were created by people, let alone make a level.
I think it's time that we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, I'd say it's a good episode, and I can
Good
take
good
that
spot to
next
stop
week.
with.
Yep.
That's cool. Well, I guess we'll just give it a call out. This is Disney World here with Touch, KC, Novi, and Raven. BattleBuddieRadio out.
Farewell.